Okay, hopefully everybody can hear me fine. We do have a couple reporters online virtually, guys, as well as the folks in the room. Welcome everybody to the post-game press conference. As I said, South Dakota State defeats St. Bonaventure 66-62 in the first ever meeting. And joined right now by a couple of Jackrabbit players. We have with us Matt Dentlinger and Charlie Easley. We'll open it up first for questions from the media in the room, and when you guys are done, we'll kick it over to the online media. With that, have at it.
Matt, early second half, they went up by 9, I think, and it kind of looked like they were threatening to take over the game a little bit. What did you guys do? What changed to get it back in your favor?
In the second half, they went into a zone that kind of threw us off our rhythm a little bit, and we just had to regroup, really focus on taking care of the ball. That's something we struggled with all night. Had I think like 25 turnovers. So luckily we got the win. So
did you make any specific adjustments to the zone? Because it looked like it kind of took you a while to figure it out, but once you did, you started getting some good shots.
Yeah. At one of the timeouts, we kind of switched we had a kind of high post and low short corner set up at first, and then we went to more of the 2-lane lines, and it seemed to spread them out a little more so we could get open shots. Charlie,
Matt referenced it, 25 turnovers, 3 for 16 from 3. I mean, it wasn't the prettiest game offensively. Is this one of those games that you kind of feel fortunate to win, or win ugly a little bit?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously we were not even close to our best on offense, and we started a lot of turnovers, shooting the ball, and I mean that'll happen in games. But in those games, you got to find a way to win in other ways. So I mean, we did what we needed. I mean, we got the win. I mean, it was a hard-fought win, but at the end of the day, a win's a win, and we're gonna just celebrate it for a little and get ready to go to Arkansas.
Were they doing anything? I mean, how much of it was them, the turnover bug?
Well, they did a good job of kind of mixing up their looks for us, and I mean, they pressured us on defense. Some of them was obviously careless from us, and we needed to sharpen that up for sure going on throughout the year. But yeah, they gave us and then the zone as well. But we just got to get better at noticing those things and just valuing the ball more.
Charlie, how much did the crowd kind of get you guys back into it?
I think a lot. I personally love the crowds, and they help me a lot to get really into the game. And I know for all of our players, that's how it is. And the crowd was awesome tonight. And this was a game that probably was hard to get in a groove cheering for in a while with how choppy it was and how many turnovers. But in the moments we needed the crowd, they really helped us.
3 of 16 from 3. Was there anything they were doing on the perimeter there or was the ball just not falling tonight?
I think at the end of the day, the shots weren't falling. I mean, I think all of us are confident in our shot, and sometimes the ball just doesn't go in. And I mean, we stepped into those confidently, and we got good looks, and we need to start making them, and we will.
Matt, you're 3 games in, and they've all been close. It feels like you're probably learning to win a little bit with this group. How would you describe how things are kind of coming together so far?
It's going good so far. Lucky to get. I mean, wish we could have got 3 wins, but I mean, we got a tough non-conference, a lot of good, solid teams that we're going to play, going to Arkansas tomorrow. And I think we're just learning a lot about our team as these games go on, especially late in the game, where we got to trust each other on every play. We got each other's back, and I think it's just going to keep getting better going forward.
You have this difficult turnaround tomorrow. How do you guys approach that?
Just taking it one game at a time. It's a similar situation to like the Summer League tournament. So back-to-back nights. I think we have another one later in the year too. So just, celebrate this win, learn from it, and then turn around and get ready to play tomorrow.
Yeah, but you got to fly to Arkansas. When are you going to sleep?
Yeah, that's a little.
That's a little different.
That's a little different, but I don't know.
Okay, great. We're going to let the players go here. Thank you for your
Thanks, guys.
time tonight, guys. We're going to let St. Bonaventure jump in here quickly. They too have a quick flight to catch tonight, so thank you, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Virtual media, thanks for your patience. We're going to be joined next by Coach Mark Schmidt from St. Bonaventure. It'll be in just a matter of seconds.
It was a good college. Say it again.
Thanks for being here. Go ahead and give us a big statement.
It was a great college game. They're good. I thought we played extremely hard. We didn't play well. We turned the ball over, too many times. I think our inexperience, came into play a little bit. We're down 1 with 42 seconds, I think. And with a veteran team, what you need is one good stop, and then you have the ball to win the game. And we went for a steal. 2 guys went for steals, and we fouled. And that was a big blunder. I thought Jan played well. Our guards, we didn't get to the foul line the way we needed to get the foul line. We got outscored by 19 from the foul line. And that's inexcusable. I thought defensively we did a good job on their guards. Mayo has 2 points. They hurt us inside. They fouled out whatever 2 or 3 of our big guys. But give them credit. It was they played well. We turned them over 25 times. So our defense was effective. It's just that we fouled too many times.
Thank you, Coach. Let's flip this one, guys. Let's have the online reporters who I believe are interested in seeing Bonaventure primarily. If you guys want to go ahead and use the raise hand signal, I'll type in the chat. I'll call on you and ask questions to Coach. Yeah, go ahead, Jack.
Coach, Jack Milko here. Tough loss. A lot of the fans' immediate reaction has been disappointed with the officiating. And with 1:29 to go, Kyrell Luke makes a great steal. He's got a great drive to the basket, and it appeared he got fouled there. And it looked like the bench was showing their displeasure. Any comment on that particular play?
No, we didn't lose because of the refs.
And then talk about Jan Farrell's performance tonight. It seemed like he really burst on the scene.
Yeah, he played well. At a double-double, 16, 11. Got to get to the foul line a little bit more. But he's coming into his own. We had a big shot. We executed the play to get him a wide-open 3. And as I told the team, we didn't play well. But in that instance, we really executed. And I don't complain when we execute and miss a shot. It was a good shot. It was a good look. He's coming into his own. He's, still a freshman. He's getting better, and we need him to get better.
Thanks,
Next
Coach.
question is from Tom Sipe. Tom, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, you made the switch to zone in the second half. What did you see that led to that switch?
We were in foul trouble. And then, it was working a little bit, and we tried to change things up and, make some misses. And, we're not perfect in the zone. We still have to learn the slides, but I thought that helped us, keep the ball out of the paint, making shoot jump shots. But then they figured it out a little bit as the half went along.
And you mentioned the foul trouble, obviously with Anwar and Chad. How valuable was having Max play big minutes tonight?
Yeah, it's those 3 guys are going to be the guys. Whoever plays better is going to play longer. So those 3 guys are going to be, guys that play all the time. It's each guy's going to get his turn, and the guy that plays better or stays out of foul trouble is going to play a little bit longer. But we don't have one dominant guy inside. We got to do it by committee, and those guys are young. They got to get better. They showed some stuff today.
And next up, Nathan Solomon. Nathan, go ahead.
Thank you, Coach. Kyrell had 6 steals today. Just kind of how was he able to kind of anchor things defensively for you guys?
Say it again.
6 steals for Kyrell. How was he able to kind of anchor things defensively for you guys?
Yeah, he had 6 steals. We got to be more committed and more connected and more disciplined. He can go for some steals, but at the same time, we need him to be in the pack line and be a little bit more solid. I thought he gives us some energy, some quickness on the perimeter. He just got to be a little bit smarter and pick his spots a little bit better. And I think with experience, he'll get better at that.
And then that stoppage there with like 10 seconds left with South Dakota State on the line, just couldn't quite tell from TV. Just kind of, can you kind of explain kind of what happened there? It seemed like there's some sort of disconnect between you guys and the officials are on the floor.
No, it was a dead ball, so you can't substitute on a dead ball.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thanks, Nathan. Any questions for Coach in the room?
Coach, just what you think of this
It was a great. This is great out there. I've never been to South Dakota. I didn't know it was going to be this cold. It's cold in New York, but not like this. This is a great event. It's well run. Locker rooms are great. Hospitality was terrific. This is a great setup. Great setup.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Safe travels to you guys.
Thanks.
Okay, and I believe we're going to be joined again pretty much immediately by South Dakota State head coach Eric Henderson. As our reporters alluded to, the Jackrabbits hit a plane here shortly and have failed to take on the national ranked Arkansas Razorbacks tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Here comes Coach Eric Henderson. We'll flip it again this time. We'll start with questions in the room. And from there, we will call on virtual media if you just want to use raise hand function. So with that, go ahead, reporters in the room for Coach Eric Henderson.
You want to start with something, or you just want us to ask questions?
Fire away, Zim.
All right. 3 for 16, 25 turnovers, and you won. So what do you think of that?
There's a lot of different ways to win, my friend. And, we have a really enjoyable team. The things that we can count on, the energy, the effort, the competitive spirit is just incredible. I think defensively, as a connected unit, I think we're playing really good defensively. And so there's a lot of different ways to win. Obviously, we've been a pretty dynamic offense the past couple of years, and we've shown signs of that this year, but we just didn't have that tonight. And, they did a good job of mixing it up. Played a lot of zone, played a lot of man. They had a lot of length that caused us some fits as well. But at the end of the day, we have to start taking care of the ball a little bit better. And that's on me. I got to do a better job of making sure our guys are in the right spots to make sure we're doing that.
How much of it was their defense?
It was certainly some of it. They threw us off, and we haven't worked a ton against zone. We haven't worked a ton against press because we don't do that very much. And so ultimately, I have to make sure our team is ready for those situations because we can be pretty dynamic offensively. We've shown that. And teams are going to try to do different things to throw us off rhythm. And so we need to be ready, more prepared for zone. We need to be more prepared for a press because Boise and Akron, that's what they did. They did the same thing. They tried to, get us off rhythm. And so we'll make sure we continue to grow in those areas. But they had a big part to do with it. I mean, they're a very good basketball team. Coach Schmidt has been there 16 years. And you talk about why we're playing each other, why we're playing. Nobody wants to play those guys. Nobody wants to play them. So we'll play them.
Was their zone primarily the long drought early in the second half? And then when you figured it out, was that figured it out, but made an adjustment? Was that kind of when things changed a little?
Yeah, I think so. That was part of it. Part of it was we made energy plays on the defensive end, and we were able to score in transition. Think about those steals Charlie had in the front court where we were able to get easy baskets. We're not playing against man or zone. We're doing layups. And that gives us energy. That gives us rhythm. That gives us flow. And so it's a lot easier to play when you're in the half court after those situations too. So certainly we got a little more used to it, but I'd say the biggest thing was our energy plays on the defensive end created opportunities for us that we didn't have to play against our half court.
I was a little surprised to see Luke in the lineup. How's he doing?
Good. Obviously he's still not quite 100%, but he's going to, keep trying to get better and better. And he did some really good things out there. Obviously he's not quite in game shape. He's been out about a month, and he's practiced a little bit the last week or so, and he's getting his rhythm back to him and see how this ends up. He's a good player, obviously offensively. He gives us a pretty big weapon.
Yeah, 9 points in 12 minutes. Okay.
Seen that before, haven't you, Zen?
Matt led you guys in scoring again tonight. How nice has it been to see the start that he's had this season?
Well, as a coach, there's not many more rewarding things when you see one of your hardest workers get rewarded. And there's nobody that spent more time in the gym than Matt Dentlinger this summer. And so to watch him have success early on in the season and get his confidence back, because no doubt about it, it was shook last year, right? Didn't even barely play almost at the end of the year. He didn't hang his head. Think about that lesson for young people. When you don't get what you want, what do? Quit? Leave? No, he just buckled down and said, okay, I'm going to go get this spot back. And that's what he's done. And so I'm really, really happy for him. Now the points were great, but how about that block there at the end of the game when we turn that baby over and he comes back into the play? That reminds me, Tevin King's made a few plays like that for us back in the day, and Matt's was just as nice. So that was pretty cool to see too.
3 close games already for you guys. We talked about how you were going to learn a lot about your team, right away. How much have you learned here in these first 3 games?
Well, I think we should probably get used to it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that our schedule doesn't get any easier. So, we're competitive. I mean, our team has a great belief in each other, and we're going to make mistakes. We understand that. We hope we don't turn it over 25 times. But, we're learning and we're growing. Obviously, our young guys and William, Kyle, Tanner, Tesla, Matthew Morris in particular, they're learning how to help us and help this team, reach its potential. And they're all going to have huge parts in it. I thought Will got off to a little bit slower start tonight, but he made some huge plays down the stretch. I thought Tanner, he goes 0 for 2 from 3 in the first half. No hesitation. He bangs home that 3, at the top of the key when we needed it. And just big time play. Matthew Morris he's going to continue to get more and more comfortable, and he's just got to keep his confidence up because we believe him. He is going to be a big part of what this team is going to do going forward.
Did you make, when you turn the game around sort of in the latter part of the second half, did you make a more concerted effort to go inside? A lot of those points were in the paint.
Yeah, it did start with us turning it over and then scoring in transition. But then when we were playing in the half court, it was really important to get the ball inside. For our team, a lot of times when we are struggling offensively and turning it over, that gives us a little bit of a calming sense if we get the ball into the post. And so that is important for our team to do that.
You have a lot of this difficult travel during the year. Obviously, you're playing again tomorrow night. How do you approach these sorts of situations with the team, and as far as having them be as fresh and play as well as they can?
Our guys will be ready to go. Like they're very locked in. They're very committed to each other and putting ourselves in a position to give us the best chance to win. And so obviously it's a very, very short turnaround, but we have those all year long. We have those all year long. Maybe it's a 1 day longer, but in the conference tournament, it's not. Now we've seen those teams more often, so you're a little more familiar with them, but our guys are excited for this opportunity tomorrow against Arkansas. Coach Muss does a terrific job. And we'll have our hands full. We just need to take care of the basketball. But we got to play with some pace too. We got to play with some flow. It's just important that we really take care of it because we really fed off of forcing turnovers tonight, and I think that really helped us. Was a big part of us winning. Now Arkansas, that's probably their best quality, and so we better not turn it over 25 times.
Time's a flight leave.
Right after this, we're headed out, my friend. Yeah. So we'll get there tonight and get a good night's sleep, sleep in a little bit. Now it won't be a very long night for the coaching staff, but we'll have a plan ready for our guys tomorrow. We'll go through it, overshoot around. We'll meet a couple times during the day and let's go see what happens, man.
All right, that's it. Thanks, Coach Anderson.
Thanks, guys. Take care, fellas.
Thanks, Andrew.
See you Saturday.